It is the first day of my wait. Let me make this thing so I don't want it to be so loud to where you guys can't hear me. But today is my first day of my real estate class, of my journey. Yeah. And right now we are on a lunch break, and I'm happy that we get an hour lunch because I feel like 30 minutes wouldn't be enough. So I ran to Publix, got a salad, and now I'm getting a car wash. So I'm just going to talk about what I learned so far. First things first is this instructor that I have. His name is Rick. He's amazing. He's a broker also, and he's not trying to recruit us or anything, but he has taught us so much about the real world, and he has been pretty straightforward about the difference between the real world and then what they're teaching us in the classes. And I love that because he doesn't have to do that. So I love that he does that. But I have notes for what I've learned so far on day one. We covered chapter 1 so far before lunch, and this is what I've learned. So you know all of those realtor websites like Zillow and realtor.com, and there are a few other ones that's not coming to mind right now. So he told us that realtor.com has the best data, updated data that comes from MLS. MLS is where all of the properties, like the homes and stuff, get listed. All realtors and brokers have access to this MLS program. So realtor.com has the best data that comes straight from MLS, and then realtor.com sells to the other sites like Zillow and the other ones. In the very beginning of the class, he talked about how to be successful as a real estate agent, which is very good because, like I said, that's not something that he had to do. That wasn't part of the curriculum or anything like that. But he did mention that to be successful in the real estate business, you have to be consistent. Not only do you have to be consistent, but you also have to have that entrepreneurial mindset, which when he said that, I was like, yay, I love that. Because if you watch my first video, that's exactly what I said. One of the reasons why I was going into this business is because I'm on an entrepreneurial path, and I do feel like this is the first step to getting me onto that path, because I no longer want to clock in for someone else. So yeah, he said you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset, because no one is coming to save you, and you have to be consistent. You have to know how to market yourself. You have to return calls. You have to do follow-ups and all of these things. One thing that he did mention is when you go look for a broker as a real estate agent, is that you will be interviewing that broker, not the other way around. Of course, the broker is probably going to be asking you questions, but you need to come with your questions, and they need to align with the type of experience that you want to have within the real estate field. So that's one thing. He said you have to do what it takes to be successful. He said that most real estate agents that first become that within their first year, they usually only sell a couple of houses within their first year. He sold 29 houses within his first year of having his real estate license. 29 houses. That's great. But he said that he put in the work. He said if you're not putting at least 2 to 3 hours per day working on your business, it's going to be hard for you to be successful. He said, yes, of course, there will be times when sales will fall into your lap. There will be times when family will come to you and say they want to sell their home, or they want to buy a home. Absolutely. But you have to put in the work to find all the rest of the opportunities out there, because they are out there. And he also went into farming. I just learned what farming is because I didn't know what it was before. But he said that farming, when it comes to real estate or realtors, is when you choose a specific neighborhood to specialize in. And what that means is that you just pick a neighborhood and you just declare yourself a specialist in that neighborhood. You're going to mail out postcards, put yourself on a bus bench, or, you know, just get the neighborhood familiar with your face, with you being the realtor for that specific area. Okay, so I thought that was a good thing. He said that there are 3 things that you need to master in order to become successful in this business. You have to learn how to market yourself. You have to, and then he also said to clean up your social media. Go back as far as you can, or delete the whole account if you need to, and clean up your social media, because people are going to do their research on you and you don't want anything coming back to you. So clean up your social media. So another way that to become a master of this field is valuation, which I can't really speak on too much about that because I'm not 100% sure how to explain what that is. But based on what he says is when someone is selling their home. So valuation is when someone is selling the home and you're helping them with that. That's what I got from that. And then the third thing on my list third thing to master. Oh my gosh. The third thing to master. So the first thing to master was marketing yourself. The second thing to master is valuation. And then the third thing to master is property transfer, which is supposed to be taught by a broker. He said 90% of the things you are going to know and learn is going to be from your broker. It's not going to be from this class. This class is just so that you can have the piece of paper that tells you that you can now go take the state exam in order to get your license for realty. But the school itself doesn't really teach you much about the real world. It really just teaches you about law, which is fine. But yeah, so that's why he said he really stressed the importance of finding a good broker, because those first 2 years of you being a real estate agent, it's going to be a year of learning. Not only are you going to be, you know, selling houses and you know, helping people get their homes, but you are also going to be learning from your broker. So you have to do your due diligence to make sure that you are with someone who is experienced and knows a lot about the real estate field. So yeah, that's all I have for right now. I still have, after lunch, we still have 4 more hours to go. So I'll be